Hey folks, Adam here and welcome to the GameX review of Halcyon. This thing's 6, Starbase Commander. With the current meta being quick-time, skill-based competitive gaming, it's refreshing to occasionally take the break and play something you can build on that gets better with more time that you put in. Presenting Halcyon 6. This indie game developed by Massive Damage Inc. is a turn-based strategy RPG where you're fighting a new alien threat that brings life across the galaxy to its knees.
Give it to you.
But that's not all. Your huge Hyperion of a ship is one of legend. And now that order and civilization has gone to shit, everyone wants a piece of dead ass. From pirates to buttfaces, you strike up alliances and enemies through diplomacy and action. Through traveling to other planets, stars, gas clouds, and asteroid fields, you gain different resources necessary for advancing your fleet and mothership. This game touches ground with a lot of other addictive game styles. Ship room management similar to the XCOM series, gathering resources similar to Farmville, and turn-based combat hugely popularized with games like Final Fantasy, only now it's this kind of 2D pixelated style. However, as Eminem once said, let's get down to business. He also said, I can't believe it, I ain't never seen an ass like that, but that's neither here nor there. Come on. Stay with me. The tutorial and beginning gameplay at first just fucking floods you. I mean, there is so much boxes to click. For me, you're handheld almost too hard because eventually after clicking 1,000,001 things, you stop paying attention and just start clicking randomly wherever the game tells you to. By doing this, I knew I'd get confused, but it just got to a point where I couldn't give a shit anymore. Eventually, you're given the reins, and that's when the space shit truly hits the proverbial space fan. So I'm this thing. Where do I? First, you gotta pick your captain who will man, or woman, your combat ship. There are 3 classes to choose from, science, tactical, and engineering. I was super intimidated by the fact that every class bar science did something to itself when it attacked, so I went with the nerd. This is the first of many ships and captains that you can have that work as your fleet. By clicking on various locations on the map, you can send your fleet, that has a cap of 3 ships, no more, to fulfill missions, gain resources, or fight invading enemy forces, both in space combat and on ground. At first, with only 1 ship, you're tasked to defend your station. A pirate spaceship has issued combat right outside your front door and threatens to attack. Fortunately, he's the most polite and patient pirate in the universe, as he doesn't mind waiting 3 days until I get there just to kick his ass. From there you gain more materials and another captain, allowing you to create another ship. As a single nerd myself, I couldn't resist thinking of giving our newfound friend a lady of which to nerd out with also. As this is an RPG, that's exactly what I did. I also renamed her ship to strike fear in the hearts of the worst scum in the galaxy. Classic. This is where you start to notice that the game gives and takes, however, so being me, I'll start with the takes. As a disclaimer, I'm not the biggest turn-based combat fan, so some of this is up for interpretation. However, most of this would fall under kind of mechanical, so you can make your judgments from there. Though the animations for the various space combats are pretty decent, the combat rides on RNG. Now, that's not a problem at all, it's the most fair and non-biased system you can run with turn-based combat. However, the animations will go off regardless of if they hit or not. There's no change in animation if the attack is evaded or if the effect is resisted. There is combat text that tells you if it's a hit or not. But here's the thing, your ship gives out a speech bubble with a statement every now and then to give that layer of realism to it being an RPG. But they literally talk over or under the combat text, making your side of the screen just a blur of text when you're attacked, on top of the fact that you're praying to whatever deity you believe in, that alien laser beam that was just shot didn't reduce your ship to a pile of space recyclables. Another drawback is the lack of hotkeys. As a StarCraft 2 enthusiast, I love the idea of being able to just mouse over whoever I want to hit while pressing the hotkey assigned ability I want to use on them. But to no such luck. You have to click the ability you want to use, and if it's a targeted ability, mouse over to whichever enemy you want to hit and then click them. Sounds like an incredibly tedious thing to mention, but when you're in your 30th space fight and you're aware of how long they can take, you just want to be able to breeze through them with not as much attention. The same can be said for ground combat, as it's similar to the space format, just the death animations are a lot more gruesome. Jesus Christ! A take once more is that the game goes from holding your hand to safely cross the street to pushing you in front of an oncoming 18-wheeler. Yes, you're given missions to do that primarily focus the neighboring pirate issue. Still, the overall hanging danger is the alien invasion, so I went out to fight them. While you're gone though, your home base can be attacked, and if you don't have a fleet at home, you have to fly all the way back to defend your base. But now that you're gone, an alien ship threatens a planet that agreed to give you dark matter in return for your services of protection. A yo-yo effect takes place, and you're left emotionally scorned and twisted. Right. Let's get to the gives. The combat, when you understand it, in space and on ground, becomes a strategical game of buffing, targeting, and planning. At first I thought, meh, what of it, and kept shooting, using the occasional debuff. But if you want to succeed and succeed fast, you gotta go through stages. Debuff, buff, select targeting, kick ass, repeat. The diversity in classes are strikingly different. The tactical approach sends explosives to the enemy ship, increasing damage taken and unloads a butt ton of damage, while science has a move that AoE reduces enemy hit chance named Upload Virus. Upload Virus, huh?
This guy made his penis grow an extra 4 inches with this natural remedy. Click here to find out what it is.
Okay, alright, 4 inches, you say. It's tempting.
I don't need it or anything.
Your captains gain experience with each form of combat they take part in. Once they level, they can learn new moves or improve existing ones, again both for ground and space combat. The crew aboard the ships also gain experience, passively increasing the combat stats of your ship and things like speed, health, and so on. Through victories, your ship also gains medals of service and trophies, which is pretty cool. Eventually, I followed the path the game wanted me to go and dealt with the space pirates. Not only did I find the combat easier because it was aimed to be at the start of the game, but there were fewer pointless attacks on the mothership once I did, meaning from there, doing quests for new factions and allies were easier to manage on top of protecting the various spots in the universe that had now pledged to give me resources. Just because the pirates were gone didn't mean the mother hen wasn't still under threat of attack, just during this period of time there was a lull in it. Halcyon Blue 6 truly became a game worth playing when you grasp how to manage and diversify attention. Once you've done that, you can advance your fleet to be much stronger, strengthen your defense on your owned and allied ground, and start taking the fight to them. Yes, indeed the game starts off on the wrong foot. I started the game optimistic, which then turned gradually to pessimistic, and then back to optimistic. The soundtracks do get a bit much in combat scenes to a degree where I found myself just removing my headphones, but in other instances of the game, it's perfectly fine and diverse. Wow. Perfectly fine and diverse. In conclusion, if you have a handful of patience and a keen eye for strategy, this game can be very much worth its $20 price tag. In the multiple hours I've played, I only began scratching the surface of possibilities with different enemies to combat and alliances to make. This genre of turn-based strategy gaming is fortunately never running out of fresh ideas and new content to try out. Games like Civilization, Total War, Final Fantasy 1 through 26, they're all available in their multiple forms of prequels and sequels of varying prices across all gaming platforms. So don't be shy to pop over to our new website coming soon at GameX.io. I'm serious, it's only like a week away from launch. I'm so super excited. Through this website, you're given multiple game choices that you might enjoy based on your previous gaming history. First of its kind, people. My god. Also, if you'd like to see more of our videos, you can click right up here. And if you'd like to stay up to date with our practically daily uploads, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking here. Take care, guys, and remember, say no to space drugs. Love, 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 love.